everybody, raises everybody game. And then like the young bucks, Devin Jordan, Jaden Hardy, them guys are hungry just as well.
Can you talk about just what you had to do this off season with your shoulder and everything that you went through, maybe weight wise and stuff like that?
Most definitely, I had to get back, right, because like guys like Billy Bowman and Woody and RJ, they're not going to wait on me, so I had to add weight. We're going to a new conference, I had to bulk up, take care of myself and make sure I'm ready to go.
What's the biggest weight you've made so far, as just like the most you've weighed?
Most weight, I would say I've gained about 10 pounds to like 190, up to 190.
Are you still running 4?
Oh yeah, still fast. Still fast.
4.38?
Yeah, 4.3, 4.2. Yeah, still up there.
Brent mentioned the other day that you played a lot of football last year. Probably only finished like 4 games. What has it been like this offseason and to start preseason camp? Learning more about the cornerback position.
First and foremost, I want to give a lot of praise to Smitty and his staff and changing my whole mindset. I have to be able to push through. When you're going through it, because every day is not going to be perfect. Every day is not going to be great, and I feel like my mindset's changed, and I want to give all praise and glory to them and Coach Venables and Valai and all of them. So I just got to be able to push through for my guys on this team. They're counting on me, and I'm counting on them. So I really got to continue to grow.
How hard was that last year?
It was tough. It's something that no player really wants to go through when you want to have success and you want to play with your brothers. But it's something I'm glad I went through, and I know what I don't want to go through this season with my brothers.
Is there anything complicated or unusual about the surgery and the difficulties that you had?
No, everything went good. I'm feeling great. Excited to be back and hungry.
Defensively, it's not the SEC that it used to be. A lot more teams throw the ball, and you see a lot more prolific offenses out of there. Is that exciting as a defense to get challenged like that this year?
Most definitely. You're going against the best conference in all of college football. So I think when you have best, you're always going to have great players on the offensive side, and we're going to see that week after week. And I think the cream rises to the crop. We're excited for that competition, but we take it day by day. We're in camp right now. We had today, and we're worried about today right now, and we're about tomorrow.
Can you walk through, just tell kind of like the fans what your shoulder felt like last season, so that they kind of understand what you were going through, like between a good shoulder and a bad shoulder for you, and what mentally?
For me, a couple games I had it slipped out, just being honest, and that's not something that any player wants to go through. But mental toughness, every football player's had something not go their way, and I got to understand, be mentally tough. I've had my surgery, I've had my rehab, and I'm ready to go.
What kind of progress have you seen from Jackson this since spring? We all got to see him in the spring, but just this summer and training camp, what have you seen from him growth-wise?
I'll say his overall growth from when he got to start against Arizona. He stepped in, been a leader. Dylan did a great job when he was here, but Jackson's done a great job as well. He's building on top of that, and he understands that he has great weapons, and I think he's doing a really good job of weaponizing those weapons, if it's the running backs, the receivers, tight ends, just being an overall leader on this team.
You were able to go through summer, and you were able to complete the summer. So you're getting some development. You're getting a chance to go through training camp.
Yes,
and you've been a fantastic player just on natural ability, but how much is it going to help you to actually get these practices and development and things like that?
Yes, sir. That's very right. That's something that, Coach Valai preaches, that you have to, do the reps. You have to be in the fire and go through the hard times and tribulations, and that's something I've really been able to do right now. And I just give, praise to Coach Valai, Venables, and Allie for them giving me this opportunity to really, get these reps that I need to get better and not just use my athletic abilities.
Venables said that you've been developing quickly this summer and fall. Do you feel like you're on that path, and how so?
I just keep my head down. I don't really look too deep into things and, how I'm developing. If I keep my head down, if I make one progress every single day, then I'm doing something good, and that's been my mindset, and that's going to continue to be my mindset through the season.
Outside of you and Woody at the cornerback spot, can you talk about some guys that you feel maybe that aren't big names, that might be bigger names in the rotation as the season goes on?
Most definitely. Let's start with Kanai Walker. He played a lot of snaps because, my mishaps last season. So he's definitely stepped into a bigger role, and I'm happy to see that he's maturing. Des Malone, we brought in a transfer, older guy, but doing a really excellent job learning the system. And then you got Jacoby Johnson, I think probably one of the best athletes in the country, just off, pure ability. And then you have Day, and you have Newcomb as well. Just guys that, they're learning. They came in during the summer, but they're learning, and they're eager to learn. I think that's the biggest thing when you can do that.
Everybody talked to defensively says that they think that this could be the number one defense in the country. You that confident too?
I'm confident, but I'm confident in the work that we have to do every single day. We got to take it one day at a time. Number one defense in the country is not something that we should be talking about right now. It's what can we do to be better today and where our feet are.
What do you feel like you guys need to do the next 3.5 weeks to be ready for the season?
You know, just communicate, listen to the coaches. Take the feedback that we're doing good at practice, and take the feedback that we're doing bad at practice. You know, you're not going to have a perfect practice, but you got to aim to be perfect every single day. And I think that's what we're doing a really good job of.
Do you enjoy camp? You seem like you enjoy camp, even though it's a grind.
It's a grind, but you're here with your brothers, and you're not here forever. That's something that's been my mindset. You're not here forever, and you got to really live in the moment while you're here.
Is this the most talented defense you've played with since you've been here?
Potential, but we can't live off potential. Since I've been here, we've had a good group of guys every single year. I think it really helped that everybody came back. The overall knowledge is there, so I think that's helped us.
How hard is it, just from a leadership standpoint, for you to keep the rest of the defense at kind of a level head, saying they're not ready yet?
Most definitely, and I think that's just been what I've been through here. I've seen the 6-6, and I've seen the Texas wins last year, and I think just we have to go through a whole season of being level-headed and continue to grind every single day. And I think the defense is actually doing a really good job of that. Not just the defense, but the whole team.
How do you step into more leadership role this offseason, being a veteran in this defense now?
I want to say not being a leader, but just listening to if Billy says something, I'm not being that guy that's, okay, I don't want to do that. I'm actually listening to what Billy wants to do. And I'm telling the younger guys, he's an All-American, so we got to do it. I'm just building off of what Danny, Billy, Woody, those guys have said, trying to add on to it.
When you mentioned having to play through some things and push through something, injuries or pain, who did you hear that from? Was that hard to hear, initially, and how did you come to accept that?
I think just overall, it was tough, going through it myself. It was a tough moment, Obviously, I want to be out there with my guys. I don't want to compete, but obviously, I want to do what's best for the team. If that's not me being out there because I'm not fully capable of doing it, then that's what's best, But I'm back, I'm ready, and I'm excited to play with my brothers.
Thanks, Jim. Appreciate it.